Given that your production and sales have have dropped so significantly, Mr. Chaudhary, while the loan moratorium has been okayed upon by the Reserve Bank of India and has been granted, how is it that you're going to meet your other fixed expenses? Because your fixed cost structure, as we understand, is relatively quite high.
You are right. In steel industry in general, the fixed cost structure is very high because of the high manpower, because of the fixed demand charges for power, because of the regular maintenance, because of the requirement of consumables. As far as this repayment of principal and payment of interest is concerned, we have not opted for any moratorium because that moratorium is not coming free. You have to pay interest for the moratorium period. So as I would say, good borrower, we have decided that we will meet all our repayment obligations with the cash which we have been generating today. And going forward, I find, yes, for some time we may have to be dependent on bank borrowings because internal cash generation may not be sufficient to take care of our fixed expenses. And among fixed expenses, the largest component is that of salary, wages and salary to our employees. Some portion we will be generating from within because certain debtors were outstanding in the last month and also they are getting due for repayment within the current month. So those cash inflows will be available. These cash inflows coupled with some borrowings from the market, I think we should be able to pull along and we should be able to meet our requirement for fixed expenses.
I'm not aware of how exactly your selling cycle works, but if you sell on credit to your dealers, do you think that payment and repayment capacity of the dealers will go down now and that could lead to a lot of cash flow problems, or maybe NPA is not the problem, but maybe at the dealer level, at MSC level, you may struggle to get your money back?
Definitely there will be some issues because everybody's cash flows have been strained because of this lockdown, because they are also not able to get the further orders. So I find that the cash flow may remain strained for all of us, whether they are our traders or our dealers or our end consumers. But ultimately we are going to get realized because to private parties, most of my debtors, they are backed by LC or BG. Normally we do not sell material on credit without security. So that way we are secured. If we are not able to get the payment from our traders and consumers and also from dealers in the normal course, we can always have resort to invocation of bank guarantees. So that money is secured, of course. The cycle may take slightly longer and we also don't want to unnecessarily pressurize. We will give them some more time before going in for invocation of bank guarantees.
Okay, Mr. Chaudhary, good to have you on the show, and we'll chat again soon once we have clarity and visibility on what's the status of the lockdown getting lifted. Good to speak with you. Let's quickly status check on what the market as well is up to, and while we've not started as bad as we have in the last couple of trading sessions, but we're still lower by a good 100 points actually. It's 100 stocks in excess of that actually, which are standing to the declines as well. So now the breath is completely overturned and it's favoring the declines by a huge margin, while Bajaj Finance has finally made a comeback after 2 days of a heavy acute drubbing. That stock is up about 5%. There's Lupin, there's Cipla, Apollo Hospitals. Healthcare clearly seems to be the key theme today, and GAIL, which has resurrected by about almost 3%. But look at the names on the losing side. IndusInd Bank is getting hammered left, right and centre. Another 6% gone for IndusInd today as well. Just Dial, which was a winner on Wednesday. Mahindra Finance continues to bleed, and PVR has consistently been shaving off 6 to 7% daily, if not 10%. Equitas as well falls further, another 7.5% lower for Equitas as well. Kotak Bank also, by the way, started off in the green and now has slipped again further. It's 4.25% lower for Kotak Bank as well as we speak. Dismal at as the numbers were from TVS Motors after the monthly sales data. TVS has fallen about 4.5%, as has Tata Steel, down by about 3% as we speak. We'll take a very short break on that note. I haven't taken one in a while. When we come back, lots more lined up.